8 possible by 343.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Nathan343 here. We have a new package from our good friends at BLIAUTO. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I have done some extensive search to find out how to pronounce the name. I believe it's BLIAUTO, so that's what we're going to go with. So we have something here that is very awesome. As y'all know, we got a new truck. Well, new to me. A couple weeks ago. And it's time to start customizing this truck to how we want it. Now, this company reached out to me, anyway, at least at the time of the recording, it was a few days ago, and asked if I would review their product. Now, this is a rock light. It is a dual color. It is a white and amber rock light. Now, if you're wanting rock lights that have multicolors and all that, go for it. Now, I don't know the specs and the laws about using rock lights while driving. I am going to talk to the local law enforcement around here and find out what the Illinois law is on using rock lights while driving. I don't know if that's something you can use being white or amber as long as they're not strobing or something. So we'll check that out and get you guys some information on that. So without further ado, let's crack this thing open. So it comes in a bigger box. I did take it out of the bigger box. It is taped. I'm just going to lift the lid. So right on top, we have our instructional booklet. Everything how to install. Very nice. Talks about how to basically do your install on your vehicle. We have some bags of stuff, lots of bags of stuff. We have the rubber pieces. Looks like there's a number of pieces that need to be mounted. You've got rock lights with mounting screws and nuts. I'm actually just going to take one of these out. So we can look at one. I'm not going to pull them all out until we're ready for install. So I'm actually in the process of undercoating, so it does come with the little screws. You probably could use self-tappers on these if you wanted to. Screws would probably be better. So these are very nice. So you can see the two, I know it's going to be hard to see, I'll get these a little closer for you, but 2 rows, there are 6 LEDs in there. Of course, then you have this piece, which you would just slide through. And then you've got to figure out how to run, which way you're going to run it. You could come directly out if you wanted. Let me get up a little closer here to show you guys what we're talking about. So you could go completely out like the back, or you could run this cable out one of the side holes here if you didn't want to have it go completely through. You can do that as well. As you can see, the cable comes out of the side now instead of completely out the back, out the bottom. If you want to do that and run it that way, you can do that. So different ways to run them. Again, there's the LEDs in there. You can see the diodes. Very cool. Probably very bright. Of course, you get the massive wire harness. And that comes with a few extension cables. Comes with the inline relay that's already connected and heat shrink sealant and coating over it to protect it. What else we get here? We get an inline fuse to run to your battery. So very cool there. You get the controller, which is on and off. That goes up probably inside the cab somewhere. I'm probably going to mount this, I don't know if it'll be up under my dash or close to my dash. We'll have to figure it out. We get this piece, which probably can go under the hood. And then we get this piece, which I do want to just take this saran wrap off. Get an idea of how long this harness is, which isn't totally super long. So you're probably going to want to put this in the center of your truck. Now, again, I have a dually with a full-size bed. This is good cable. So there is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there is 12 lights. You probably don't have to use all 12, but I do want to measure and see exactly how long this harness is. All right, guys, so the big harness with all the with the power deal and all the cables you run to your individual lights is 10.5 feet long, okay? Then they send you 2 extra 4.5 foot long extensions. That would probably to reach your back end a little better if you need extensions. So you have some extensions here, and I'm sure the company does sell more extensions if you need them. It would be cool if they were to make plugs to where you could plug, if you didn't want to use all the lights, if you wanted to cap these off, you could wrap some tape around them or even put heat shrink over them and heat shrink them, I'm sure, to keep the water out of them. But so the big harness here, 10.5 feet. It's probably 19.5, 20 inches of cable coming out of the light. Again, it comes with all of these, and they all do have a little curve to them. It comes with your screws if you want to use these. On. I'm going to hook up the little extension cable here. So these only go one way, and I'm going to zoom in here. I have a little tip inside of them right here. What you do is you slide that tip in. There's a little weatherproof seal there, and you just tighten the little nut, thread nut on it, okay? And there you have a longer light. So if you shut your key off and this red light does not go off, then over time it will drain your battery in your vehicle. So maybe not a bad idea to hook this to a switch to give it power and not power. You could probably wire up a toggle switch, or you could just simply go underneath your hood, pull the cap off the fuse, which doesn't seem to want to come off, but pull this cap off, take the fuse out, kills the power when you're not using them. Or you can wire them to a switch. So be mindful there. If the red light right here is on, it probably means it's pulling power. So just a note there. TV screen kind of gives you a little diagram. Hopefully you guys can see that. It kind of shows you here. Basically everything here, how to hook it up, your relay, your switch, all this stuff here. Chief 24.6 feet, 2-piece. It says 59.5 inches is what, so maybe these are closer to 5 feet. I did not measure 5 feet. I got about 4.5. Easy enough to mount. Easy to mount and easily reach the back taillights of an extended cab. So, and then of course you get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rock lights. So that's 3 per wheel well. 2 on the sides, 1 up top. Have to probably get some sort of cable ties or like some little screw things you can screw up into the fender wells to hold your cable up. It may not be a bad idea to loom them. The cables are probably going to get dirty. Tires do fling up dirt. They're all waterproof though. It says basically from here to, it says 19.26 or 69 inches. I'm guessing that's from here to the plug. It says here 89 or 98.43 inches. It says here you have from the relay to this plug, you have 59.1 inches. So yeah, 12 lead wiring harness used to hook up 12-piece LED rock lights, inline fuse, hot wire, online fuse to prevent overload and overload protection. Each rock light right here, they say is 3.12 inches. I've got under 3 inches. I've got about 2 3/4 of an inch, 2 5/8, something like that. So that's a little off. And then 1.7, just a little over 1.5 inches, which that is correct. So your width is correct. Your length is a little off, not by much, but a little. They're not as long as they say. They're under 3 inches. Like I said, it comes with everything you need here. Like again, it says it's waterproof, anti-proof connections. Again, everything looks good. It comes with the relay, everything you need, the extensions. Like I said, if you need more extensions for a bigger truck, we're going to try to make this work on the dually. Hopefully we can make it work. It's got the controller inside. It has an on and off switch, the blade fuse, and a 40 amp product relay. There's a picture of, again, what the package includes. So you get the, the extensions, the harness, the relay, 12 lights, box comes in a box. Let's go ahead and get these things outside, get them on the truck, get them installed, and I'll show you how the installation goes. All right, well, they are installed and they look really good. Got them placed just right, 2 under each wheel well, 2 in the center. That's on an amber white color. I'm gonna throw the drone up here in just a minute so it gets a little bit darker so you can see the effect of the lights from a distance. They look really good. I'll actually see if I can zoom in here on one of them. There's one, and there's one. I still got a paint up in there, but all right, let's throw the drone up. All right, guys, so this is going to be the final thoughts part of the video. So the lights are very cool. They're brighter than they look. Of course, you can't really see them during the day. It's kind of a night evening kind of thing, but they look super good. Of course, I just walked in front of our big super light there on the side of the building, and it just got super bright. But I'm going to kind of, show you what I think. I mean, of course, we've got all the lights ran. Basically, I didn't think I was going to be able to run this on my big dually. Of course, the Dakota, we just got it back. It had a bunch of engine work done to it. And it's not exactly a big truck or a truck I want to be putting this kind of stuff on. It's not as nice. As you can see, it's got rust, and it's a work truck. That's all it's going to be used for. So I just kind of wanted to put it on this truck. This is the new truck, and I thought, you know, hey, I have to fix a tire along the road. I mean, it's going to be perfect for that. It's also going to be cool to light up, drive around on parades, you know, all that cool stuff. So what I did was we ran, I didn't film any of this because it took about, between trying to figure out how to run it, probably about 2.5 hours of actual work with me and one of my other friends. So we basically ran everything, the main wire that had all the other wires coming off that went to the lights. We set that in the middle of the truck. So 2 wires went that way, 2 wires came over here to this side, 2 wires went back, 2 wires went back there. And then we ran one like right in here. Then there's one like up in here. So there's 2 under the cab shining down. There's 2 under each wheel well. And that's the same way on the other side. So then to run it in the truck, I ran it up and over down the frame, and there is a grommet already underneath my floor that runs, I think, my emergency brake cable through it or something. So then we came up, there's a track underneath here for wire. So I ran it into the track up under the dash. I don't know if you can see it, right there is the relay and the fuse, or the holder thing, which I probably will mount that somewhere. I just haven't figured out where yet, so I just got it stuck up there in the corner. Of course, there is some zip ties still, and then it runs around the corner. It goes up to there. There's my remote. I might just put this all back behind this console, because the way I have this set up, I can actually change the colors right here at the my toggle switch. This is my new switch box I put in here. I haven't got all the wires tucked up for it or anything like that, or that. I know there's some wires that are not even used right now, but it's gonna be for work lights and strobe lights and all that good stuff, which, if you like strobe lights, stay tuned to the channel because we got some to install. So I got my power wire here coming off the battery, comes around, powers my control box, or controls these 2 wires, and then there's a ground wire that is hooked right here. Of course, as you can see, everything is connected, soldered, and heat shrinked. Same thing there, connected, soldered, and heat shrink. We did solder all the connections, and everything turned out good there. So yeah. And until I could figure out a way to put a switch in line to this box. See, when I plug this fuse in here, this is the fuse that goes to my control box, there's a blue light that comes on, and it could possibly run a battery down. So I am just going to put this in here, just like so. As you see, the blue light came on. I can turn this light off for a second, and it's super bright. Okay, so this switch here is what my lights here are on. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And as soon as I flip it on, all the wonderful super bright lights, even with my super bright light here, I'll turn this light off on my flashlight, it's still showing up. So this is, of course, amber and white put together, which is super bright. I mean, if you got to work on something under your truck, off-road at night, they look super cool. They're super easy to install. I made a little deal where I didn't even have to use the rubber thing, so it would sit back. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell with that, but I have a little deal made here where the wire, and I haven't got all the wires tucked up. Like, it's tucked up, but I got to get a wire thing to screw on there so that will hold that wire. I've still got some more painting underneath here to do. So, but yeah, they look good. There's one there. Now they're super bright. There's one there. Of course, I'm going to be getting bigger tires and kind of some grippier tires. So that's going to make that look a lot better. Those tires are just too small for this truck. They're 16s. They need to be, well, they could be 16s, but they need to be like a 225. Those are like a 216. So I think once I fill this tire out a little bit better, it'll make that look better. Now, to switch these lights colors, I could do it with the remote it came with, or turn the light on here.
I could just turn the switch off.
Turn
Gotta
it
do it a
back
couple
on.
different times. And now it's just set to orange, which I like the amber. Honestly, for a parade, I think that looks cool. I think the amber looks super cool. Now, for smaller vehicles, if you want to run front lights, like if you wanted to put one up here in the front, you could just use one in each wheel well and run 3 down each side and do one in the front and one in the back. That was lightning. That's nuts. So, and the thunder rolls. Yeah, we're getting ready to get a storm here. I should probably go inside, but yeah, these look super clean, guys. Super easy to install. The wire harness is great. I did have to extend one wire about 3 feet just to reach the very, very back side, just because, or at least the back lighting deal. Wish I would have got that lightning on record, but it didn't. Super easy. Check these guys out. Link in the description. I want to thank them for sending these over to check out, so you guys can, you know, experience how awesome they are. Of course, I'm going to try to, all right, so we're going to get straight white right here. This is solid white, no amber. As you can see, that looks super good as well. And the crazy part is they just messaged me. So guys, as you're messaging me, I'm finishing this video. Go check them out. BLIAUTO. They're pretty cool. These lights are really super awesome, really super easy to install. You got different ways you can install them, different ways you can use them. You can put them on big vehicles. You can even put them on dualies. It just, you may have to extend a wire or two, so which is easy. There's 3 wires in that harness. If you get a 3-way wire to extend it, you get the same colors, red, black, and yellow. Just match those wires up, extend your cable. Use the end that screws on to the other light. You'll be all set to go. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to check these guys out. Link in the description as always. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting the channel. We're almost a little over halfway through the year, and we've got so much more to do to this vehicle before winter time. Strobe lights, light bars, and all that's coming up in the video, what we're going to be doing, and you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. Check these guys out. Link in the description. I'm getting rained on right now. We'll see you guys in the next one.